Hey there, everybody. Just wanted to give you a little bit more guidance on what resources you have available for this second essay assignment. So you'll find this second essay assignment here in I think it's the week 4 module. But here's your question for the essay. What makes meaningful work the key concept for understanding Gladwell's point in both rice paddies and math tests, as well as Morita's bargain? So first, you obviously have to have read those chapters and thought a little bit about what Gladwell's overall point is. Then take a look at what I'm looking for here in a successful paper. You also can go over to the best draft assignment and scroll down and look at the rubric. It's the same rubric as I used for the last paper. So you just want to make sure that you're following all of that stuff. Then there's stuff kind of all over the place. So this is why I wanted to guide you a little bit. So you've got the essay 2 assignment here in week 4. Then you've got some additional guidelines for writing this essay. So it'll be a little different than your last essay. Take a look at this structure and make sure that you're using the introducing standard views template, because you want to be writing this as if you're writing to somebody who holds these standard views about learning, and you want to help move their ideas into what you want to tell them. So you can, you always want to have your body paragraphs have topic sentences and main ideas. But here you can spend 1 or 2 paragraphs summarizing what Gladwell's saying in these 2 essays. It says essays here, but in these 2 chapters. You can spend 1 paragraph talking about both of them, or you can divide it up into 2 paragraphs and talk about each chapter in one of those. And then you're going to be using these they say, I say moves to talk about what Gladwell says, and then what that means for our conception of meaningful work in this case. Okay, so here's a guide on your process for this. Pretty much the same as the last one: brainstorming, creating an outline, turning in the whole paper. Then you're going to do your peer review, use that revision, and then turn it in just like you did with your last one. So take a look at all of that stuff. Another thing I wanted to show you is it doesn't come until the week. It's here in week 5. But this guideline on how to write a better introduction. So this is actually going to be an assignment for everybody to turn in your introduction for this essay. So I can take a look at it first. But take a look at the guidance on how to build this. You essentially want to start with something that is the standard view of what people normally think. Then you want to discuss what's the problem with that standard view. And then you're going to present your own view, talking about what's different, right? So we're coming from the place of an American standardized thinking of, yeah, we have weekends and we have summer vacation. But what does Gladwell say about what that standard line of thinking does for our ability to learn? And how is that different from other cultures such as in Asian cultures, where there's much less break time and much less ability to forget all the stuff that you've already learned? So this is how you want to structure this introduction. And then you'll turn that in. And like I said, I'll take a look at it. So just pay attention to that. This introduction is going to be a little different than the way you would normally structure it. And then I just wanted to bring you back to all of the resources that are here under the week 1 module with the essay 1 assignment. So I just put them all here because this is the first time you guys would see them, but I hope that you go back to them and look at them again, or look at them for the first time. Definitely watch this meal plan video about how to organize your paragraphs. You can use, it says essay 1, but it's just a general outline of how to organize an essay. So the stuff for the introduction will be a little bit different than the introduction for this essay, but everything else will be the same as far as paragraph formatting and quote sandwiching and all that stuff. You want to use this information. And then definitely go to this essay outline to fill in. This essay may be a little bit longer, so you're probably going to need more than 3 body paragraphs unless they're really chunky, because you're writing 4 pages for this one. But use this outline to help guide you to follow the meal plan. So making sure, let's just open it and look at it really quick. Making sure that each body paragraph has a clear main idea. I list 3 examples and evidence. I'm asking you to do a minimum of 2 per paragraph, okay? And I've had this question a few times. I want at least one of these pieces of example or evidence to be from Gladwell. So it can be a quote or it can be a paraphrase. You can do a quote and a paraphrase, or two quotes, or you can do a quote and something from your life, a paragraph, a paraphrase and something from your life. All these different variations are fine. But point is, I want you to use at least two pieces of example and evidence, which you then will explain using the quote sandwiching templates. And at least one of those needs to be from Gladwell. So that's the general format, and building a kind of outline like this is going to help guide your thinking a lot in writing this essay. So that's pretty much all the information that I wanted to guide you towards. Make sure that you're coming back and looking at all of this stuff, even as you're writing your later papers. One more thing I wanted to say that's here in week 5 is you're going to want to start thinking about MLA formatting and in-text citation. So look at all of these links, and I'm not going to be like super mean and harsh about you're doing this absolutely perfectly the first time, because it's learning. That's the whole point, is that you're learning, and it's not nice when people are mean to you about it, right? So I want you guys to do your best. Look at all of this. Take your best shot at including a works cited and including all of those bibliographical references correctly and using in-text citations. So this is your goal for this essay, is to start doing all this citation stuff so that your reader can follow where your thinking came from. Okay, so a lot of different pieces of information, but I just wanted you to know where they all are. So start here in week 4 with the Essay 2 assignment, and you should be able to find everything else you need. Let me know if you have any questions, and best of luck.